You've probably heard it 1,000 times. Your thoughts shape your reality, your energy creates your world. But let me ask you something, have you actually experienced that transformation? Or does it still feel like a distant dream wrapped in spiritual cliches? We've all come across the promises. Think positive, raise your vibration, stare in the mirror, and chant affirmations, scribble. I am abundant in your journal until your hand cramps, and then poof. The universe grants your desires like a cosmic genie. Sounds magical, right? That's because it is, but not in the way you've been told. The truth is simple yet profound. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Your thoughts and emotions emit energy, and that energy speaks the only language the universe understands: vibration. If you're constantly frustrated or anxious, you're sending out a signal, and the universe, like a mirror, reflects that signal right back. More frustration, more chaos. Because anger, fear, joy, love, they're not just feelings, they're frequencies, and the universe is listening. Shift your frequency and your world shifts with it. Focus on joy and joy multiplies. Tune into peace and peace will find you. This isn't some sugar-coated law of attraction fantasy. This is energy science. And in this video, I'll show you how it works. No fluff, no fairy tales, just real grounded insight into how you create every moment of your reality, consciously or not. You'll see how your energy has been designing your life all along, every success, every struggle. And by the end, I'll share exactly how I reclaimed control, rewired my energy, and began consciously building the life I used to only imagine. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly attract success, opportunities, and happiness, while others are stuck in cycles of scarcity and frustration? The answer is energy. We're talking about physics, pure science. Everything that exists in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. What you feel, think, and believe aren't just internal processes in your mind. They're signals you send to the quantum field, and that field responds in the same tune. If your energy is misaligned, if you're living in a state of fear, anxiety, or doubt, your reality will reflect exactly that. But when you understand how these mechanics work and learn to adjust your frequency, the game changes. You stop playing the victim and take full control of your life. Imagine you're holding a remote control and your reality works like a TV channel. If you're tuned into a channel of negativity, worry, and scarcity, the scenes that show up in your life will be exactly that. But if you change the frequency to a channel of trust, enthusiasm, and abundance, what shows up on your screen changes completely. The problem is, most people don't realize they're holding that remote control. They think they're at the mercy of circumstances, that life just happens without them having any power over it. But the truth is, your energy is like a magnet. It attracts exactly what it's vibrating. If you could see beyond what your eyes can catch, you'd see that everything is made of energy, constantly vibrating. The chair you're sitting in, the phone or computer you're using, even your own body. All of that at the most fundamental level is just atoms and particles in motion. Your life is like a radio station. If you want to listen to classical music, tuning into a rock station won't help. Similarly, if you want prosperity, love, or happiness, you need to vibrate at those frequencies before they can show up in your life. Now here's a concept from quantum physics that can change the way you see reality. A subatomic particle has no fixed form or position until it's observed. This means that until a consciousness interacts with it, that particle exists in a state of infinite possibilities. Sounds complicated, let's simplify it. Imagine you're holding a dice, but instead of a fixed number on each side, it could have any possible number. This dice only decides what number it's going to show when you roll it and look at it. Before that, all possibilities still exist. Now apply this to your life. Your reality works the same way. In the quantum field, there are infinite possibilities for your life. Wealth, poverty, success, failure, happiness, sadness. But which version of it manifests? The one that's in tune with the frequency you're emitting. If you're vibrating at the frequency of fear, scarcity, or doubt, your interaction with the quantum field will collapse, the reality according to that vibration, and the result will be a life full of struggles and limitations. On the other hand, if you align with the frequency of trust, abundance, and gratitude, that's the reality the universe will shape for you. Most people have heard of the law of attraction and believe they know how to use it. They say all you have to do is think positively, visualize what you want, repeat affirmations, and the universe will magically deliver everything. But if it were that simple, why do so many people still find themselves stuck in difficulties and frustrations? The big mistake is thinking the law of attraction only responds to what you think. Imagine you want to attract more money. You visualize your bank account full, write affirmations like, "I'm rich," and even picture yourself driving the car of your dreams. But deep down, every time you see your empty account or get an unexpected bill, a feeling of scarcity takes over you. You feel fear, frustration, and anxiety. And here's the crucial point. What you feel has more power than what you think. The law of attraction cannot be manipulated by empty words. It responds to your deep vibrational state, which is often controlled by your subconscious. And that's where most people fail. Your conscious mind has far less power than you think. Research in neuroscience shows that around 95% of our decisions and behaviors come from the subconscious. In other words, only 5% of what you consciously think directly affects your reality. This means that repeating affirmations or visualizing your desires won't do much if deep down your subconscious is programmed to believe the opposite. Imagine the subconscious as the autopilot of an airplane. You might grab the control and try to steer off course for a few moments with your conscious thoughts. But if the autopilot is set to another destination, the plane will soon return to its original route. Now apply this to your life. You can consciously say, "I am prosperous." But if deep down your subconscious programming is filled with beliefs like, "Money is hard to earn," "I'm not good enough," or "Life is a struggle," what is your energy really emitting? Exactly those hidden beliefs. What does this mean? That your real job isn't just to change what you think, but to reprogram what you feel and believe at the deepest level. And the key to this reprogramming lies in emotion. If you want to change your reality, you need to understand one fundamental thing. The universe doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to what you feel is true. This is because emotion is the language of energy. Every emotion you feel generates a specific vibrational frequency. And that frequency is what the quantum field picks up to shape your reality. Think about this. Have you ever tried to manifest something but deep down felt doubt or anxiety? Maybe you tried to attract more money, but every time you thought about it, that feeling of fear or insecurity came up. What happened? Most likely nothing changed, or it even got worse. This happens because even though your conscious mind was focused on abundance, the predominant emotion inside you was vibrating scarcity, and the universe always reflects your predominant vibration. Now imagine the opposite. Think about something you've already achieved in life, something you really wanted and somehow felt inevitable. Maybe a job, a trip, or a relationship. Do you realize that before you even got it, there was already an inner certainty, an emotion aligned with that outcome? That's the difference between just wanting something and truly vibrating it. So how do you align your emotions with what you desire? Here's a simple exercise. Close your eyes and imagine that your desire has already come true. But don't just see it in your mind. Feel like it's already real. If it's money you want, what would it feel like to open your bank account and see a millionaire balance? If it's a relationship, what would it feel like to experience the love of that person right now? When you can feel that emotion in the present, even before the physical result shows up, you've already changed your vibration. And when your vibration changes, your reality begins to reorganize to reflect that. But how long do you need to maintain this vibration for the change to happen? The answer is simple but challenging. You need to consistently sustain that emotion. It's not enough to feel it for a few seconds and then revert to the old frequency of fear, doubt, or scarcity. If your vibration constantly fluctuates, your reality will fluctuate too. The universe responds to what you keep as your predominant vibrational state. If you plant a tree, put the seed in the ground, water it once, and then leave the soil alone. What happens? Nothing grows. But if you water it every day, nurture the soil, and give time for the roots to strengthen, the tree will inevitably bloom. The same goes for your energy. If you feel gratitude, abundance, and love for just a few moments, and then spend the rest of the day feeling anxious, frustrated, or worried, your main vibration remains misaligned with what you want. And the quantum field always responds to the dominant vibration, not to those brief exceptions. Now, maybe you're wondering, how do I maintain this vibration consistently? I'm going to tell you exactly what I do every day. Every day before I even pick up my phone or worry about anything, I take a few minutes to adjust my energy. With my eyes still closed, I take a deep breath and ask myself, what frequency do I want to emit today? If I want to attract abundance, I don't just think about it. I feel as if I'm already living that abundance right now. I imagine my day flowing easily, money coming in, unexpected ways, opportunities popping up. If I want to strengthen a relationship, I feel the love and connection before even getting out of bed. The secret is this: it's not enough to just visualize. You need to feel it intensely, and I hold on to that emotion for as long as possible. In the beginning, it was hard to sustain it for more than a few seconds, but over time it became a habit. Today, I can maintain that vibration for several minutes, and it makes all the difference. And I don't just do this in the morning. During the day, whenever I notice my energy dipping, I stop for a few moments, take a breath, and reconnect with that emotion. It's like going to the gym. The more you train that vibrational state, the more natural it becomes. And here's the most amazing part. When you practice this consistently, the universe starts to respond. Opportunities arise, synchronicities increase, and your reality begins to reflect this new vibration. Now that you understand how to keep your energy high, let me show you something that almost no one talks about. Your heart has an electromagnetic field that's more powerful than your brain's, and it's the one that really manifests your reality. A lot of people believe the mind is the key to creating reality, but research from the Heart Math Institute shows that the electromagnetic field of the heart is up to 5,000 times stronger than that of the brain. This means that what you feel in your heart has a much bigger impact on the quantum field than just what you think. And it makes sense. How many times have you had a conscious desire like wanting more money, a better relationship, a more balanced life? But deep down you felt doubt, fear, or anxiety. Your brain might say, I want this, but your heart was vibrating with scarcity, worry, or lack. What happens in this case? The universe responds to your predominant vibrational state. In other words, it doesn't matter what you want with your mind if your heart is emitting the opposite. Now, how do you align your heart and brain to truly manifest? Here's an exercise I apply in my daily life that can transform your vibration. Place your hand on your chest and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine you're breathing through your heart. This helps to make your heart rate more coherent and balanced. Bring an elevated emotion to mind. Gratitude, love, joy. But don't just think about these emotions, feel them in your heart. Stay in this state for at least 3 to 5 minutes. This short period is enough to change your vibration and influence the field around you. If you do this every day, you'll notice that you start attracting situations that reflect that energy. Your heart, when tuned into elevated emotions, sends out such a strong signal that the universe has to respond. Now that you know how your energy creates your reality, I want to show you what might be stopping you from manifesting what you desire, and you might not even realize it. Your biggest enemy isn't the lack of positive thinking or the absence of visualizations. The true saboteur of your energy is the negative emotions you carry throughout your day. Anger, fear, anxiety, guilt, frustration. All of these emotions have low frequencies that, when sustained long enough, block your ability to attract good things. Have you noticed that when you wake up in a bad mood, the entire day seems to spiral downhill? A delay, a problem at work, a conflict. And by the end of the day, you say, today just wasn't my day. But the truth is, it wasn't the day that was bad. It was your frequency that attracted a series of negative events. This happens because low vibration emotions not only affect your energy, but they also affect your physiology. When you feel fear or anxiety, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which puts you in a state of alert and tension. And when your body's in this state, it can't create anything new. It's just trying to survive. So if you spend the whole day feeling worry, stress, or anger, your vibrational field stays stuck in scarcity and resistance. You might try visualizing something positive, but if your body and emotions aren't aligned, the universe will keep giving you more of the same. Now, the good news, you have the power to change this. Whenever you notice your vibration is low, stop for a moment and do a simple energy reset. Here's something I always do. I close my eyes and take a few deep breaths. This slows down my mind and calms my nervous system. I ask myself, what emotion do I want to feel right now? This brings my awareness to the present and gives me control over my vibration. Actively, I begin to generate that emotion. If I want to feel peace, I remember a calm moment. If I want to feel abundance, I think of something that made me feel prosperous in the past. In just a few minutes, my vibration has already shifted. If you learn to do this every day, your energy won't be at the mercy of external circumstances. You'll have control over your frequency and consequently over what you attract into your life. 2 things you can include in your daily routine are positive triggers. For example, I set reminders on my phone with phrases that remind me of my desired vibration. I also created an anchoring ritual. Whenever I place my hand on my chest, I immediately connect with an elevated emotion. This helps me reset my energy instantly. The reinforcement before sleep makes all the difference too. What you feel before you sleep is extremely powerful because your subconscious absorbs that information while you sleep. Before turning off the lights, I feel gratitude, abundance, and joy, as if my next day is already being shaped by those vibrations. If you do this every day, your natural frequency will change. And when that happens, your reality has no choice but to align with that transformation. Now, I want to show you something amazing. A quick test you can do right now to feel your own energy and prove that all of this is real. If everything in the universe is energy, and if your vibration really influences your reality, then you should be able to feel that energy around you, right? The good news is you can feel it. And I'm going to guide you through a simple test that proves this in practice. Sit in a quiet place and relax. Take a few deep breaths and release any tension in your body. Rub your palms together vigorously for about 10 seconds. This activates circulation and awakens your energetic sensitivity. Now slowly move your hands apart until they are about 10 centimeters apart from each other. Begin to slowly bring your hands closer together and then move them apart again. Imagine that there is some sort of invisible field between them. Pay attention. Do you feel a slight resistance, tingling, or even warmth between your hands? That is your own energy field. If you were able to feel something, congratulations. This proves that your energy is real and that you can learn to control it. Now imagine that the same energy you just felt around your hands is radiating from your body all the time. It interacts with the universe and attracts experiences that vibrate at the same frequency. And if you consciously program this energy every day, your whole life can change. Many people start practicing vibrational change, but they don't know how to recognize if they're really on the right path. They ask, how do I know if my energy is actually changing? How can I be sure the universe is responding? The answer lies in the subtle signs of the reality around you. And there are 3 clear indicators that your vibration is adjusting to a new frequency. Your internal state changes before the external reality does. Many people think they'll only feel abundant when the money shows up, or they'll only feel love when they meet the right person. But the real sign that your vibration has changed is when you start to feel those emotions before the external circumstances change. You feel peace before the problems are solved. You feel gratitude before the blessings arrive. And when that happens, the universe rearranges everything to reflect that internal state. What no longer aligns with your new vibration starts to leave your life. This is one of the most unexpected and often uncomfortable signs. When your energy changes, certain situations, habits, and even people that are no longer on the same frequency may start to distance themselves. Relationships that once seemed important begin to lose their meaning. Old opportunities stop making sense to you. And if this happens, know that it's a good sign. It means you're making space for something more aligned with your new vibration. You start reacting differently to situations that used to affect you. Maybe something that used to deeply irritate you no longer bothers you as much. Or a problem that once seemed huge is now seen with more ease. This is a clear sign that your vibration has shifted because your perception of reality has started to change. And when you react differently, the universe responds differently. Good things begin to happen in unexpected ways. Suddenly you get an unexpected job offer, find money in the pocket of an old jacket, or a problem that seemed difficult resolves effortlessly. These little gifts from the universe are signs that you're aligned with a new frequency and that your energy is paving the way. When you begin to vibrate at a new frequency, the universe begins a process of rearranging things to align your reality with that energy. But this process doesn't always happen the instant you want it to, and this is where many people sabotage themselves. If you plant a seed and the next day dig up the soil to see if it's already sprouted, what happens? You stop the growth. With your manifestation, it's the same. The biggest test to see if your vibration has shifted is observing whether you can trust the process without anxiety. If you feel desperate for something to happen right now, it means your vibration is still in lack. But if you can wait peacefully, knowing that what you want is already yours, then your energy has truly changed. Patience doesn't mean inactivity, but trust. It's the absolute certainty that in due time your reality will respond to your new frequency. So here's one last test for you. When you think about what you want to manifest, do you feel anxiety or do you feel certainty? If the answer is anxiety, that's a sign that your vibration isn't fully aligned yet. But if the answer is certainty, congratulations. You're already on the right path. There's another powerful sign that your vibration has shifted, and it has nothing to do with what's going on in the external world. It's about how you feel about yourself. When your frequency starts to rise, you'll notice that you no longer have to force yourself to be someone you're not. The anxiety to please others starts to fade. You feel a stronger connection to your intuition. Your decisions become clearer. You stop seeking external validation because internally you know you're on the right path. It's like suddenly fitting perfectly in your own skin. The things that once felt heavy, like obligations, judgments, and expectations, start to lose their importance. You feel an inexplicable peace, a sense that you're exactly where you need to be, regardless of what you still have to achieve. And this is one of the biggest signs that your energy has shifted. Because when you're vibrating authenticity aligned with your essence, the universe responds by bringing people opportunities and experiences into your life that reflect this new state. So pay attention. If you feel like you're becoming more and more free to be who you truly are, without fear, guilt, or resistance, congratulations. Your vibration is already creating a new reality for you. Now that you understand your energy creates your reality, that your emotions are the key to manifesting, and that your vibration needs to be sustained consistently, there's just one question left. What will you do with this knowledge if you want to master this power and reprogram your vibration to attract everything you desire? I invite you to Quantum Thinking, a 21-day challenge to transform your mindset and your energy in practice. During this time, you'll learn how to align your frequency with your desires and create the reality you've always wanted. Ready? Check the pinned comment for more details. If you made it this far, comment below, "I choose to create my reality." And if this content resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who also needs to understand this power. Because now that you know this, there's no going back. The change has already begun.